All right, you guys. So on November 13th, around 12:40 a.m., police in Las Vegas received a 911 call about a home invasion. So this call came from a 43-year-old man by the name of Brandon Durham. So Brandon informed dispatchers that there were intruders that had broken into his home, and he was there with his 15-year-old daughter and he needed help immediately. So Brandon also told them that he was going to try to lock himself inside of the bathroom in order to avoid these intruders. So we don't know what took place from that point to the time where police actually arrived. But once police arrived, they saw cars in the driveway with the windows busted, and they also saw the windows were busted on Brandon's home. Now they could also hear screaming and an altercation happening from that house, and that's when police forced their way inside. Now the body cam footage is extremely graphic, so I can't show it in this video, but you actually see Alexander Bookman, which is that police officer on the scene, and as he forces his way inside, he sees two people struggling. Now, obviously, if you're coming inside of this home and you see this, you see the person with the hoodie, with the ski mask, and you're going to assume that this is the person that is the intruder. But for some reason, this officer thought that the person that was trying to protect himself, the person that didn't have any clothes on, was the person that was the threat. So instead of disarming the intruder, instead of de-escalating this whole situation, that officer shot and unalived Brandon Durham. Brandon did not have a weapon. Brandon was actually screaming for help when the officers came to the home. So we learned that the person that was the actual intruder was a person by the name of Alejandra. So on the police report, it says that Alejandra was a male, but there are some conflicting stories that Alejandra might have been a woman. Now, we don't know for sure right now. We don't have a clear picture of this person, but this intruder was not harmed and they were taken into custody. But now Brandon's family is searching for answers because they want to know, why did they come to this home and perceive Brandon as a threat when you can clearly see that other person has all of this stuff on and Brandon is literally asking for help. Not only did this officer fire one shot at Brandon, after Brandon had fell to the ground, he fired 5 more shots. This was a complete overkill, and not only that, Brandon's 15-year-old daughter was inside of the house the entire time.
Answers. My father was in danger, and he called the police for safety, and instead, he was brutally murdered.
Bella and told her, and that was just the most heartbreaking. That was probably worse than anything, having to tell a 15-year-old kid her dad died. It was no longer with us, and that was
Now, you guys, Brandon was a real estate agent. He was a devoted husband. And not only that, he was a devoted father. Everybody says the same thing about Brandon. He was a loving person. He was goofy. He was a huge sports fan. But over everything, he was a dad. And my heart goes out to his daughter because she had to sit there and witness her father's last moments like that. Now, the police are saying that this is going to be a really big investigation and it's going to take some time. But y'all need to give this family some answers. Now, they have not released a picture of the police officer that actually did this unaliving, and we know that there were 3 police officers that actually responded to this call. So another piece of information that's interesting in this case is, at first they were saying that Alejandra and Brandon knew each other. But as I dug deeper into the reports, it's being said that Alejandra wanted to do an unaliving by police. So basically, they wanted the police to unalive them, so they went inside Brandon's house, did all of these things in order to get the police to come. Now, y'all, my heart goes out to Brandon and his family. I'm really hoping they get some answers about this situation. And this department needs to come out and let us know why this happened the way it did. Now, as always, make sure you blow this up, share this. Let's get justice for Brandon Durham.